Hi everybody, this is another philosophy video for you. This has been requested. First of all, I like to think that there are two types of anger in this world. There is righteous anger and a selfish anger. But what's even more ridiculous is there's also provoking anger. I want all of you to take anger very seriously. Not only does it disturb your peace, but it also destroys health, destroys minds, it also causes war, and ultimately, it even kills. It's my opinion that there are two types of people that we can categorize in this world when dealing with anger. First type is the person who understands soul and spirituality. These are usually religious people. They either believe in karma, universal balance, or God. And the other type is those that lack faith in spiritual existence or life beyond. As a matter of fact, the only thing they believe is their knowledge and their actions. It's through our dealings with our hardship and when we are frustrated and angry that reveals what category you fall under. Now, a spiritual person, when dealing with anger, they'll usually accept, tolerate, and be patient as much as possible. They understand that either the universe or karma or God will intervene and eventually balance everything out. So they have faith in this, and they're more reserved or conservative. The person who doesn't have spiritual beliefs, they'll usually react by demanding immediate gratifications for whatever it is. This type of anger is more or less like a personal assault or an insult on their ego, and they don't rely on outer intervention, so they'll do whatever it takes, say whatever it takes, and use their own abilities to resolve any anger issues. What's really sad is that some of us don't understand how far our anger takes us, and we're blind to our own deeds and actions and words. Let me give you an extreme example. I'll give you two. Let's say you lost your job, you have wife and kids, you have responsibilities and burdens, and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. And you're going to be angry. Let me tell you how this spiritual man would deal with this type of anger. He would probably pray and hope for a better tomorrow, and that the universe or karma or God will intervene and balance them out, and they'll hang on to hope and reframe because they understand all things balance out for the greater good. Now, a person who lacks faith, not only will they be angry at their situation, but they'll probably also take it out on their wife and their kids, not seeing a brighter future because all they believed is their knowledge and their abilities, and the end result was they lost their job. Unfortunately, these people will go to the extreme of quitting. Not only quitting on trying, but quitting in life. There are post office workers. There are teachers. There are students who's been abused in school. There are stockbrokers. Not only do they commit suicide, but they also take innocent lives. Because remember, they resort to their knowledge and their abilities. For all of you who are out there making fun of people and you think it's a joke, you don't know what their anger level is. And I strongly suggest that you don't push it. Provoking anger when meeting somebody the wrong frame of mind, and they don't have spirituality, and they don't trust God to balance things out, you're not going to like the end results. I am a peaceful man. I don't take vengeance, or I don't retaliate, but I rather be a peaceful person and give God or the universe and karma all the consideration of balancing things out. Now, you selfish, angry people, you don't have to share or be generous with your misery. You don't have to take it out on your wife, your kids, your friends. You don't have to have a bad day and make everybody else have one as well. And for you spiritual people out there who are angry and you forget, God has given you this characteristics or quality. In the end, God's going to say, what have you done with what I have given you? Have you done good with it, or have you been selfish? With just that thought, being a spiritual or religious person, you have boundaries, and you'll refrain from taking innocent lives or unjustly making somebody else's life miserable. I am not saying that everybody who's religious or spiritual is a saint. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of people who forget, and sometimes their anger is so powerful that they also forget what being a spiritual or religious person is. Now, I talk to all of you, all you human beings, not the religious man or not the person who doesn't believe, but I ask all of you, what is the purpose of anger? Do you have a righteous anger, or do you have a selfish one? If you have a selfish one, you will continue to be angry almost all throughout your life, because we all don't get what we want. I don't know what it may be, but there'll be always something that you can't get, no matter how rich, how strong, how powerful you are. There are people who are so angry that they take violence or vengeance to another level. It's when they're blind because they're so outraged or their anger has completely consumed them. These are people who are very, very dangerous, and you should never allow yourself to become that. You should always try to suppress anger and also know the difference between your own selfishness and the difference between righteous anger. We all know what is good and what is bad. We all know when we're stubborn and we want and not consider what the others want. Now remember, whether we believe in a divine or intelligent designer who has predestined us to do something, or you don't believe in that and you feel or you think that you are the controller of your own destiny, let's all really consider just two things. Do I have a righteous anger, or do I have a selfish one? And most of the time, selfish anger is not a founded anger. Your unfounded anger is going to only destroy yourself and the people around you. So I encourage you to meditate. Do I have a righteous anger, or do I have a selfish one? And when you become selfless, you'll become less angry. Of course, people will abuse you, they will use you, and they will lie about you. But you know, righteous anger will allow you to sit and stand firm on truth and peace. One more time, there's selfish anger and a righteous anger. I hope that all of you meditate and understand the difference between selfish anger, which is bad, and a righteous anger, which is good. Thank you very much. God bless you and your whole entire family. We'll see you guys next time.